committing one of the largest investment frauds in the history of the United States.
I guess we're not going to Aspen. That's fine. You see, I like tennis balls. He likes insider trading. So he's going to jail and I'm going to a shelter. And no, they're not the same thing. Shelters are for good pets that want to be adopted. Jails are for criminals. I've done nothing. Uh-oh. Ooh, okay, I stole a cheeseburger once. I'm a dog.
Hi, this is Shirley Smith with the Faces of St. Louis, showcasing residents in our community that are doing good work. Today I have Desmond Leon, and he's with MCTC, which is Metro's St. Louis Community Tax Coalition. Desmond, I'm so glad that you're here today, and I want people to know about what your service is. So could you give me a little background about yourself?
Okay, thank you for having me on the program. I have been in the free tax preparation area since '85.
Okay.
I had just retired from the IRS in 2011. I was there for about 38 years. Mm-hmm. I was the revenue agent. I was an accounting major in college. The revenue agent. I was also a manager. Mm-hmm. Later on, I moved into the information of the technology area. Okay. So I got to see both sides of the tax compliance area.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, by being able to see both sides, what made you, and first could you identify what MCTC is for the public?
Okay. MCTC is a charitable organization, mm-hmm. tax exempt. We applied for exemption in 2008 and we got it. Okay. And so that allowed us to seek the funding in order to support our program.
Okay.
Our program now consists of about 30 locations that are across the metro area where we're doing free taxes for the community.
Okay. Now let me ask you something. I heard about this program, the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. Do you work with them? Is this part of your program?
Well, let me explain that the VITA program is the national program. Mm-hmm. It was authorized by Congress back with the Tax Reform Act of 1969. Okay. However, there really wasn't a lot of structure put into this until the early 2000s, when the IRS had gone through the reorganization. But up to that point, it was individuals that just had a passion to help the community. They went out and just provided free tax preparation services for the community. And that's what the program is all about. How I got involved in it was that in 1986, we formed a local chapter. We at the IRS, I was the co-founder of the Missouri chapter for the Association for the Improvement of Minorities at the IRS. It was called AIM IRS. Right. And that chapter, that organization was a some mentoring organization to assist small minorities, people of color, women, in terms of upward small mobility, and mm-hmm. also to pretty much learn the ropes of how to survive within the IRS. So as a part of that program, as a part of that organization, mm-hmm. The VITA program was one of their national outreach. So you really you can picture that the AIM chapters from across the country, in all the big cities, they all were preparing tax returns free for the community. So we took this on, our chapter took this on as our project also. Okay. So we had a number of some revenue agents and individuals in the taxpayer service arena that would go out and contact individuals, contact churches to see if we could just go out and prepare tax returns.
Let me ask you this. So it went from an individual level to an enterprise level? The volunteer income tax, volunteer income tax.
Well, what happened was
assistance?
this, just to provide some background. When the IRS started putting some structure into the VITA program around 2001, 2002, it happened when they reorganized into business units. The IRS at one time was comprised of, they were managed by geographical locations. So we had 63 districts, we had gone to 35 districts or 33 districts. And then after that, they reorganized in 2000. When they reorganized into market segments. Okay. So within that, there was an organization called Wage and Investment, the small W&I. Within the W&I area that was targeted for individual employee type taxpayers, just like you and I, that they then put the management of the VITA program within that organization. So at that time, they started putting some structure to it. Right. So they were also encouraging the sites to form coalitions, to form organizations, to partner with other groups. Okay. And so it took us a while to get going because we had to develop relationships. But since I was an accountant, since I was at the IRS, as far as I was concerned, it was always about tax preparation.
Oh, okay. Well, can I ask you, how many locations do you have on hand now?
Well, right now we have, it varies, we're somewhere between 30 to 36 locations. We have a number of public sites that is advertised on our website, our flyers. We advertise in the St. Louis American, the East St. Louis Monitor, the Belleville News, the Democrat. Okay. We also advertise with Clear Channel.
Okay, but the question, let me ask you, you have public sites and you have private sites. What's the difference?
Well, we started off, and again, going back to some history, we started off back in 2004, 2003, 2004, going to an enterprise level. And what that enterprise level was all about is that we learned, or I learned, that when you have volunteers working in an organization, they only want to do what the mission is. So in this case, it was free tax preparation. That's what they wanted to do. They didn't want to work they didn't want to be involved in the back office part of it, the small management of the program. So as we were growing, we had a number of locations asked for us to do tax returns at their locations. So at that time, we had several places on Saturdays. Small New City, Small Fellowship, so Mega Center, which was part of the Missouri chapter of AIM IRS, had talked with me about forming a group whereby I would handle the management of the programs and they would be doing tax returns. Wow. So pretty much we were consolidating overhead. Okay. And so when we did that, that allowed them to focus on the business purpose, which was tax preparation. Right. As we became more and more successful, then we added additional churches. Okay. But the private sites were sites that we developed from the beginning. For example, Homer G. Phillips is one of our private sites because we are only preparing returns for the senior citizens at that location, and it's not open to the public.
Question, would you, for a private site, would it be something besides a senior citizen facility?
Well,
would it be something else?
It could be. As a matter of fact, last year we partnered with the Fifth Third Bank and Hazelwood School District, whereby there was whereby we provided the return preparation segment of this process. It was organized under what was called some FAFSA frenzy, and that was that was out of the Hazelwood School District. We actually ran it out of Hazelwood East. Okay. And so what happened was that Fifth Third Bank brought their e-bus out to the school, and they were providing free financial reports to the individuals that came in. Okay. On the FAFSA side, we had counselors and we had representatives from the Scholarships Foundation providing information to the individuals that came in, and we provided the tax return prep side of it. So it was we were trying to provide full service to the clients at the school district. And so we did it, so we ran a pilot last year, and we only opened it up to the senior parents within the Hazelwood School District. Okay. And so now we're looking to maybe open it up to the junior parents, to those parents that have juniors and seniors within the school district.
Wow. No, okay, well, let me ask you something. What days do you operate? I mean, through the week, through the weekends?
We are, a word about our locations. We have 13 sites. Take it back. We have about 18 sites that are operating on Saturdays, and it's usually from the last week of January. I think this year it'll be actually January 24th. And we'll operate through April the 10th or the 11th. It'll be that Saturday before April 15th. We have a number of those operating on Saturdays. We also have some weekday sites that we operate in partnership with Small People's Health Center, and also at Bellefonte Neighbors, in partnership with Bellefonte Neighbors Recreation Center. We do a number of days out there. We also have a relationship with Harris Stowe. Okay. They are doing returns on Tuesday and Thursdays.
At the college?
At the college.
Okay.
And Maplewood Library is on Tuesdays and is also on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
So could anybody come in there and get their
It's
taxes?
open to the public.
So they don't have to pay any money?
It's a free service. We try to focus on the current year's returns, but we do prepare some multiple year returns, a few multiple year returns during tax season.
Does Harris Stowe set up dates for the students to get theirs done?
It's open to them if they want.
Okay.
Actually, what we have is another program called My Free Taxes. This is a web-based application that is linked off of our website.
Okay.
That would allow the client or the customer to go out to the website. They could prepare their own tax returns free. As long as their income is $58,000 or below, they can get a free federal return and a free Missouri or Illinois tax return done along with direct deposit. So this is a much better product than some of the other free preparation program, the free online programs out there, because typically they will offer a free federal tax return but charge you $20 to do the state return.
Right.